Hey guys, Max here from maxvan.com. So in this video, I want to share with you guys one of the most common pathways to unhappiness and misery and frustration that I see so many people engage in. And so the central idea I want to share with you guys is this concept of self-actualization. Right? Self-actualization came from Abraham Maslow, one of the greatest psychologists of all time. And basically what he said was that the only way to live a thriving life, right? And he was studying people like Edison, Ford, right? He was studying people like Albert Einstein to truly find out what makes a great life. And what he found is the only way to do that is to live in a way that actualizes your potential. Meaning to take the potential that you have inside of you, the ideas, the gifts, the talents, the skills that lie dormant within you, and turn them into actualities, turn them into reality. That is, he found, is the only way to live a happy and fulfilled life. And here's this quote. He says, if you deliberately plan on being less than you could be, I warn you that you'll be unhappy for the rest of your life. Think about that. I'll repeat it again. If you deliberately plan on being less than you could be, I warn you that you'll be unhappy for the rest of your life. Think about your own life for a moment. Where are you not showing up the way that you could be? Where are you right now being less than you could be, doing less than you could do, having less than you could have, becoming less than you could become? If you really think about it, whether you're an artist or you're an athlete or you're an entrepreneur or you're a mom or dad or teacher or whatever it is that you're doing in your life, really ask yourself, what is my potential here? Like, what am I truly capable of? And am I actually fulfilling that, right? And so the key here is really fulfilling that, not just in the end result, right? So oftentimes we get so caught up in, I want to be successful in 5 years, right? I want to achieve this bling thing, right? The car, the fame, the money, the whatever it is, right? But that's not what self-actualization is about. Self-actualization at the end of the day is about taking John Wooden, right? John Wooden, the legendary basketball coach, right? The most successful college coach of all time. He had this concept of masterpiece days. This idea that the end result is only a byproduct of creating masterpiece day after masterpiece day after masterpiece day. And when you can focus so much on just creating an amazing day today, of living up to your full potential and making your potential, making your ideas, making your thoughts, your gifts, your skills, making good use of them today, you're going to live a great life, because masterpiece day after masterpiece day, over time they're going to stack up again and again and again. And as you take a bunch of them together, you're going to create a masterpiece week, a month, and year, and ultimately an amazing life. But the only way to create that amazing life is by just taking day by day, hour by hour, moment by moment, and asking yourself, how can I right now actualize my potential? And so the great news is that this is not only brings you more success over the long run, because you're actually focusing on the process of making it happen, but it also brings you more joy. Because when you go to bed that night, and that is really my definition of success, when you go to bed that night and you close your eyes and there's nothing in the world to distract you. No smartphone, no movie, no other people telling you how good you are or great you are, whatever it is. When there's nothing else to distract you other than you being alone with your own thoughts. If in that moment you can be happy, in that moment, if you know that you've given it your all, if you know that you've lived a great day, if you know that today was a masterpiece day and I've did everything that I could to actualize my potential, to express my authentic self, to truly be who I am and chase the goals that I always wanted to chase, you're going to live a happy day today. And you're going to go to bed tonight knowing that you've given it your all. That's going to put a smile on your face. And that, I believe, is the purpose of life. Is that every night when you go to bed, you're okay. And not just okay, you love actually who you've been today. There's this great quote from Tom Bilyeu who said, "My drug of choice is how I feel about myself when I'm by myself." That is really this idea here. The only way to love who you are when you're all by yourself, all alone, no distractions whatsoever, The only way to love yourself in that moment is when you're actualizing your potential, when you're actually working on becoming the person that you're capable of becoming, rather than simply engaging in immediate gratification, rather than wasting your potential, rather than hiding under covers of your sheets because you're too afraid to go out there and actually live the life that you're capable of living. And so my urge here, my encouragement here in this video for you guys is to simply go out there and really ask yourself those hard questions. What does self-actualization look for me? Where am I not showing up right now in the way that I could be, right? Where am I not actualizing my fullest potential? Maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in your relationships, maybe it's in your joy and happiness, or maybe at work, right? Maybe you're not being productive and creative in a way that you could be. Maybe you're living this shadow calling where you're not actually, pursuing the career that you want, but only a shadow career, as Stephen Pressfield calls it, right? A career that's sort of similar in its contours, it's similar projects, similar things, but it's not quite the same. You're not quite putting yourself out there on the line day after day to face who you could become. Because the only way to actually live a happy and fulfilled life is to become who you're capable of becoming. And as Abraham Maslow said, what one can be, one must be. What you can be in your life, what you're capable of doing, you must do. Not just to be successful, but more importantly, to live a happy life.